Hello and welcome to this very special conversation with Mr. Ashish Sikka, one Lenovo channel head and director SMB at Lenovo India. Today we are looking at decoding the trends in the technology sector and how the digital landscape is changing in the country, especially for the MSME sector, is something that we'll discuss. Hi Ashish, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi Alicia, good afternoon and a pleasure to be here again.
Well, Ashish, first up, enlighten us with the insights regarding the digitization potential in the country, because MSME has been one space which has been leading from the front when it comes to technological adoption, and thanks to that, that has become really the mainstay now. What is your sense and what are you seeing on the ground in terms of how MSMEs are adopting digital technology?
Sure. As we see it, and obviously the fact which everyone knows is that MSMEs are the second largest employment generator in the country after agriculture. And we have also seen MSMEs not only being that, but also being very resilient. When the pandemic started, one of the things which all of us were thinking and were worried about that how would MSMEs survive? Because the digital adoption and the tech adoption at that time for MSMEs was not so strong. But MSMEs did not only survive, but many of them actually thrived also, and they were able to adopt on the digital platform very fast and very well. And the pandemic, for those who were not able to adopt, the pandemic did make a point across that even if you're not digital first in today's world, if you're not a part of the e-com, but you can't ignore the digital platform. Digital has to be a part of the strategy, whether you are an MSME or in large organization, but particularly for MSMEs, because that is one of the key ways to reach out to your customers, to suppliers, to your stakeholders. So we have seen them adopt technology in a very good way. What we are also very happy to see is that the government is investing in in MSMEs to build a very resilient ecosystem for them. They are also encouraging MSMEs to adopt digital in a good way, and digital payments is one of those things which would help to do that as we move forward. From our side, we have been at the forefront of this digital adoption along with MSMEs, helping them come out of this pandemic stronger by our partnership with them. We have provided them, we have worked with them to help provide client, edge, cloud, everything as a service is also something which we are taking to MSMEs, thus making sure that their cash flows don't get affected and they can decide how they want to pay for that. And those are some of the trends which we do believe that MSMEs have also seen as a beneficial. Like most of the MSMEs now we speak to, they don't see IT or digital as an expense. They actually see it as an investment. And that's a big change in last 24 to 36 months.
No, I think that's a very, very important point that you're talking about, how MSMEs have been able to adopt, remain flexible and wade through this entire uncertainty that we had to deal on account of COVID, and how they are changing their outlook towards technology not as an expense but as an investment. And that's also thanks to players like you who have been able to innovate at that space and also make technology available to all of these players. And apart from that, actually, Ashish, technology has been one sector which has been supporting the job creation in the country as well, either via this businessmen and entrepreneurship route or even through the sector of services and manufacturing. So overall, apart from services, what do you think is the manufacturing potential in the country of things like tablets as well as electronics and laptops? Can India really become a big export hub? Because that has been something that the government has been talking about.
I think absolutely. And government has not only been talking about it, but I think they are also walking the talk. And in our conversations with government, we have seen them. We have seen them being very flexible and forthcoming in making sure that we manufacture as much out of India as possible. The PLI scheme, the production linked incentive scheme, is a good way to encourage people to manufacture out of India and try and turn India into not only for self-consumption but also an export hub. And we have seen a lot of manufacturing coming to India in a big way. When we talk about Lenovo itself, we opened our third line in our Puducherry plant, which is there. We opened our tablet manufacturing in India along with our partners Wingtech in Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. We are working on the phones, the Moto phones also in India with one of our partners. So we do see the potential. We also see the fact that how we can use India as an export hub as we move forward, and we are thankful to the government for all the support which they have provided during these times.
Well, absolutely, and I think that is the reason that the government is walking the talk, that we are seeing the increased trend of the unorganized sector merging with the organized sector, and thanks to the increased ease of doing business and the accessibility, all of this is becoming a reality. Ashish, if you could throw some more light in terms of what role can Lenovo really play in bringing in this ease of doing business and merging the unorganized sector with technology.
So ease of doing business, whether it is for MSMEs, whether it is for big organizations, is a point which is very close to our heart. We always work from a customer experience mindset, that how we can make it easy for a customer to work with it, whether it is a customer walking into a Lenovo exclusive store, whether it is an MSME working with us, whether it is a startup or a very large enterprise as well. And we have taken various initiatives for this. Like when we talk about MSMEs, we have something called as an office in a box, which helps them to adopt or go digital in a very simple and effective way. For MSMEs and very large organizations, we also have something called as everything as a service, which we call 2Scale, which is there, which allows the customer to take services, whether it is client, cloud, or edge, in a very flexible payment term way. We also provide them with a single point of contact, with a single owner, with a single contract, and a single point of accountability, which is what we have seen the organizations adopt also in a very simple way as we move forward this.
Okay, Ashish, that point is taken. And apart from that, do you want to talk about some more innovations that perhaps Lenovo is doing in different fields, right from healthcare to how you're reaching out to students, as well as what is happening in terms of the startup ecosystem as well?
Absolutely, Alisha. We are seeing a lot help happen on the health tech part also, and we are working with a lot of government organizations around the world on the health tech part. Genome technology is something which our infrastructure services group solutions group has been working well with a lot of governments to help them in the health tech parts. It's also something which is very close to Lenovo's heart on how we can help improve everyone's life as we move forward. Similarly, on the startup, we have been working with startups to help them get to market faster with MSMEs by providing them digital first, office in a box, easy, flexible, everything as a service offered. And similarly on the very large organization front also, and how we can provide them a single point of contact, a single contract, and a single point of accountability in all their digital endeavors. Obviously, we are also very excited by some of the new technology trends which are coming in, whether it is artificial intelligence or metaverse. And we do think that in next 3-4 years, the world will look very different from what it was before. I like to call it as before COVID, and after COVID. So it would be very interesting to see how it goes.
Oh, well, yes, and we do hope that after COVID world comes really soon, because we are still grappling with different waves of COVID. But on that optimistic note, we'll let you go, Ashish. Thank you so much for making time and speaking with ET Now. Appreciate you joining us.